Conformity Antidote. Melting one snowflake at a time. Get ready to be triggered. Here they come, the leaders of the new church, Reverend Cuz and Deacon Tex.
And welcome back to Conformity Antidote.
Good evening, viewers.
Better late than never, I always say.
That's what I'm saying. It's always something. We always have, there's always something going on here. Conformity Antidote.
Like, what's this right here?
I don't know. What is that?
Oh, that's the green screen doesn't go all the way down. We're looking at the base. We're looking at the bottom.
It's a bottom. It's
All right.
somebody ripped our thing.
The green screen.
We'll figure this out.
If it ain't, look, watch this. Wait a minute, this way.
There you go.
Watch. Bam!
That's fixed. Problem solved. You know what? I think that's what it was because we had that there last time.
Why do we look so tiny?
I know. We do look
look
awful
like
tiny.
Anyway.
Well, won't worry about it this show.
We won't worry about this show. But, yes. So, the computer decided, even though it's scheduled, it decided it was going to do updates and kick off. And so, yeah.
And I still say one of the reasons I blame it on the Chinese. I guarantee they happen to get in here. They don't want us to go on the show, and they did something.
They want to shut us down. You know why? Because we're the voice of Hong Kong. That's why.
Yes, we are radio free Hong Kong.
Yes.
Oh, radio free China. Oh, put chat up.
Okay.
Just in case. We know nobody's probably watching.
I was going to say, what are you worried about?
But we know nobody's probably watching at the moment, but just in case.
Just in case, we'll put our chat up.
Yes, and you can cuss us out
And
or
say,
whatever.
Say you guys suck.
Or if we start seeing Mandarin Chinese come across,
Yeah.
Well.
But as like I said, if we had actually two things. If we had a producer, that's number one. Two, if we had some type of budget, then we could keep a computer just for this,
right,
and not about the other stuff. So
I got an old Commodore 64.
Oh,
we could hook that up.
I'm sure that would. I'm sure that wouldn't even
actually
process.
I know. Actually, though, I kind of wish I still had I wish I had a Commodore 64 because for some goofy reason, they're kind of expensive. There's they're a little kishy.
We have Wendy on there still. Looking
Yes.
good, boys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So,
we know you're lying, but thank you.
Yeah, we know you're lying.
Oh, yes, but thank you very much.
So anyway, all right, so let's kick off. So I know we do announcements, but just in case nobody wants to stick around for the rest of the show.
Yeah, whatever.
We just want to give you a slight update. So we talked about that we were going to be busting in on some Audible, doing some narrations. Now, Deacon Tex over there, he's finishing up some school because he has no class. And so once he do that, he's going to be probably doing some auditions. But just so you know, the Reverend Cuz, I have been commissioned for 2 books. Thank you. So I told him, if part of that we will advertise. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Trina M. Ward, who is the author of The Martin House. So I'm narrating that one. That should be out, I think, probably it should be about a month or 2.
All right.
And what you can already get her book on Amazon. This is going to be the Audible, the what do you call it? Narrated book.
Yes. Book on tape.
Book on tape, but you can do it digitally.
Right. But it's book on tape, but not on tape.
But not on tape. I don't know if you can keep fine on tape. Anyway.
I don't know.
And the one I just picked up is called Nothing But Darkness by Maria Ann Green. Now, the Martin House is it's kind of like a ghost story type thing, about a haunted house and whatnot. Nothing But Darkness is a little bit of, it's a little dark. It's about a psychotic serial killer.
Oh, well.
So I'm narrating. So in this book, he does the actual book is actually his inner monologue, and then of course he reacts with the victims. But like the book itself, or like the body, most of the body of the book is his inner monologue.
Oh,
yeah. So it's a little dark.
Very well.
It's a little dark. So anyway, so he's nuts and he keeps messing with people. So anyway, want to give a shout out to them too. Trina M. Ward for the Martin House, and Maria Ann Green for Nothing But Darkness. And Nothing But Darkness should be out close to about the same time as well. So anyway, keep it coming. Deacon Tex is going to kick in. Hopefully, one here pretty soon.
Probably at the end of the year, December, January. I'll look to start auditioning.
There
and
we
stuff,
go.
So.
He's got to finish some stuff up.
Yeah, go finish a little schoolwork, cause I'm like you're like a teacher in the summertime, no class.
People would get that if they watch the
Fat Albert
and Cosby Kids. Or
Cosby
show.
Kids, yes.
Anyway, so shout out to them, and
we have a couple more announcements, but for those we'll wait till the end of the show.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Or you just want me to do it?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
I can mention them real quick now, and then I'll mention them again at the end of the show.
Okay, yeah. Mention them quick now, and then at the end.
Well, first off, up and coming things next weekend. It does appear for those loyal listeners. Watch our Twitter page, Facebook. But it looks like we're probably going to be, because we got a lot of stuff going on next weekend. Looks like we're going to be doing the show on Sunday at around 7-ish this coming weekend. So just check for updates. We'll definitely let you know. But it looks like Sunday at 7. And then the weekend after that, we are planning our part 2 of our taste test, and we will have Eazy-E back with us, hopefully, and we'll have a show. It'll be like a Halloween show /
beer
tasting / debacle, drunken debacle type thing going on. But it'll be a lot of fun. Have the kids. Bring the kids along. They'll love it. But anyway, so I'll mention again. We'll mention again at the end of the show. But we just thought we'll get that out of the way and press on.
Press on.
Like press on nails.
Back in the day.
Yeah,
press on nails and some frosted tips.
There you go. Actually, they still sell press on nails. And they have.
And I've seen a couple women with some frosted tips still.
Especially in this neck of the woods.
Especially if you go to NASCAR.
And Hagerstown.
Oh, yeah. Hub City.
Yep, Hub City.
All right, so let's get into some news, please.
Oh, shocky.
Namaste, you.
Get out of Hong Kong, you bastard.
Get to Hong Kong. You track Hong Kong.
Oh.
We track you.
Oh, you track you.
Into your little whole house.
Yes, oh.
Right bastard.
Right bastard. An open China garden, for Pete's sake.
That's right. Bambi Lee. She works for Conformity Antidote. We got all you on video.
Oh, yeah, shocky. All right.
So, let's get on with our first dealy do. Oop. Boom. All right. Actually, that's the other way.
Yes.
So, President Trump has ordered the U.S. pulled out of Syria. Now, there's 2 schools of theory on this. One would be that it's a stupid move, and they'll give the country back to the terrorists. Which if I'm being kind of an asshole, I don't really care. Take it back. We don't give a shit. There's nothing over there. The only strategic point of that is being its close proximity to Israel, and we don't want to screw Israel over. They're our boys. So that's it. Because Syria's a fucking lost cause. Oh, Dropped the F-bomb. Syria's a lost cause. I mean, seriously. Now, the only thing that we got stock in there is the Kurds, who we have helped, and unfortunately, that's who Turkey is jumping on, is the Kurds. Now, the second school of theory on that is that we need to get out, and because it's just continuing to go on and on and on. Let's roll. But then they're going to say then terrorism is going to take a stronghold there and whatever. So,
well, Syria's like a soup sandwich anyway. Because if you ask me, all right, this is just my opinion, nobody else's. You won't see this on the news anywhere else. You won't see it on
You won't
other
see
scrubs.
You won't see any
nothing.
news on the news.
On the news, yes. But my opinion is basically Russia is in bed with Assad and the Syrian government, and they're not going anywhere.
And has been.
Right. So let Assad deal with ISIS. There's no, but I'm torn a little bit, but I'm telling you, one of the things that this is doing is it's kind of exposing Turkey for who they really are. And I want everything. Hopefully, people are paying attention, because Turkey, in my eyes, it plays exactly like Saudi Arabia. On one hand, they want all of this assistance and money from the West, all this financial aid and want to trade and all this other stuff. But then on the other hand, they're like, genocide against the Kurds. They're radical. There's a lot of elements in that government that are radical. They're showing the rear and their ugly head. So
they didn't even let the sheets get warm or cold
before
they brought their freaking punk ass in there.
No, as soon as our guys and Trump said that we're out of there and they started pulling out or whatever, the Turks were like, "Let's go." And they started bombing the crap out of the Kurds.
Yep.
And see that's my thing with there's been a history between the Kurds and the Turks for like hundreds of years, if not longer. So this is just the opportunity for them to try and wipe them out from around their borders. But the biggest thing I piggyback with Reverend Cuz is we just got to keep our eye on Israel. Because
and like I said, yeah, exactly. But let freaking ISIS go back in there and let Assad, because believe me, ISIS is not linked with Assad. So Assad had to fight him. So let ISIS go in there and let Assad just have to fight all that shit. Let Turkey have to fight him. All those. Let it go, because you know what? Again, there's certain both Deacon Tex and myself have been over in foreign countries and fought in combat. And then sometimes there is a reason to be there, and sometimes it there might be initially, and then at times it just gets to the point where it's like, you know what? Let's cut it and roll.
Right.
And I'll admit, Afghanistan's one of those. How long has that damn thing been going on?
Right. And how much longer is that thing's going to be going on forever? If it's just my thing is this: who the hell wants Afghanistan?
Well, it's the whole point of the spread of terrorism and stuff.
Well, yeah, it's a training ground.
Just turn the shit to sand. Boom.
Well, it pretty much. It looks like. Pretty much, I don't think it looks desolate already.
It is sand. Oh, I'm sorry, not sand, but glass.
Yeah.
I meant.
But I mean,
my fault.
But I don't know if it's like it looks like they were showing scenes. It looks like the moon. There was people that were saying the moon landing was filmed in Afghanistan, because it's so desolate out there. It's get out of that damn place. The only place is in northern Afghanistan. I think it's northern Afghanistan, where they grow all the poppies, where all the heroin comes. We
ought to whack that shit too.
Well, no, we got that's a lot of money up there for.
We don't need to be in that kind of business.
Well, I agree with you, but anyhow.
All right, get off.
Yeah, we can't fight everybody's battles, people.
Right. And
we've did enough blood and treasure, what they call blood and treasure or whatever, in Iraq, Afghanistan.
And that's my thing. It's like, you know what? I mean, we went over there, did our thing, but you know what? It's time to cut it the frick loose. Seriously. Yeah. All right, so we have. I hate this bitch. All right, Hanoi Jane, dumb skank whore. Bitch, skank, anything else I could think of. I hate her with a passion. So 80-some-year-old, I forget what her age is. 80-some-year-old freaking Jane Fonda, dumb skank, who again, and I'll just say this real quick on her. When Peter Fonda came out with, is it Peter Fonda? Yeah, Henry Fonda's the old man, right?
Right.
Peter Fonda's her brother. I won't even say rest in peace because he's a piece of shit. But he's the one that talked about having Trump's young son, and like they ought to put him in a cage with pedophiles and stuff. All right. She never came out and said, you know what? I wish my brother wouldn't have said that. I don't agree with that. She never even said that. All right. She's a stupid bitch. Okay. Now what she's going to do at 80-some. So climate change is affecting her so much that she is having trouble eating and sleeping, and the only thing that she feels that is right for her to do is to fly over to D.C., and she actually did get arrested, fly over to D.C. and protest and get arrested. Now, she said she was going to get arrested before she ever left California.
Oh,
so it's like, so she, so we're here with the beret there, like she's coming some kind of,
she probably called
like some kind of French trooper over there.
Well, she probably called the Metro PD in Washington and gave them her whole itinerary.
Here's
and
my
said,
itinerary,
and make sure you have Detective Ted and Detective Bob be the ones to come get me. We had so much fun last time.
Yeah, we did. Say. All right. So, and also here's the thing. All right. So, she's all up in arms about climate change. So, and this is something that actually the Washington Compost pointed out. Guess how she got to D.C. You think she rode a horse so she could save? You think she rode herself?
Oh, what's that mean?
Or think she hitched a ride on Rosie O'Donnell? How do you think she came over?
Rosie O'Donnell. We know where Rosie was at. She was at the nearest Golden Corral.
Yep. You want to take a guess how she got over here?
Diesel car?
Nope.
No, not diesel car. A Tesla?
Nope.
Well, she better not be flying. Oh, Jane.
She flew, and she didn't fly on a commercial with 200 and some other people to have that trip and save all kind of money and whatnot, or reduce the carbon footprint emissions. No, she took a private jet over to D.C.
Well,
climate change. Now, see what she could do, and see she's got that lighter there. She could take that lighter and roll it to the back. They get some of that methane that's coming out of her ass.
No, that would only be, she could do that and put that lighter, and then as Rosie's leaving the Golden Corral.
Yeah, but if she put it on Rosie's ass, it wouldn't just be a little light. It would take out a city block. So,
yeah, there goes. Damn, we just.
Oh, you know what? Here comes Rosie out of Golden Corral now. She's eating as she's going out. She's going backwards.
Come on, back it up. You have to have the spotter back
that's
there.
Right.
Back it up.
But this dumb skank, you know what? You are so full of shit. Just like Leonardo DiCaprio and all these other people that are taking their private jets over and this, that, and the other. So here's the thing: climate change is for you people, not us. We're going to do our thing, but you people, it sounds just like Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and the rest of these Hollywood elite pieces of shit.
Right. Well, that's the way. That's the killer. When we talked about that on numerous shows, how it's what's good for do what I say, don't do as I do, and basically those of us in the middle class and in the poor class have to abide by their rules. The ones that are going to be affected hardest financially by it, the middle class and the poor,
and the ones that are going to be flipping all the bills,
right,
for all this stuff.
And you're right. The elitists will basically still continue to do whatever they want to do because I earned that money. It's my right to do what I want to do with it. And that's, what? That's fine. You can do what you want. You know what? You earn the money. If people are throwing the money at you, fine. You can do whatever you want with your money. However, don't you dare hop up on a pedestal and then point your finger at all of us, telling us what we should or should not do, because we don't have that kind of money to be able to be up there in that same echelon that you are. So, keep your money. If you want to fly your planes, your limos, and your yachts, that's fine. Go for it. Do it. I'd do it. If I had the money, I'd probably do the same damn thing. But the difference between me and you is I'm not going to be the one stand up telling everybody else that they should watch your emissions, watch your carbon footprint and stuff like that, then hop in my 300-foot-long, 3-mile-wide limousine that's like a Humvee turned into that guzzles gas like crazy.
I mean, the Hollywood elites have as much as a carbon footprint as some kind of as most freaking industries nowadays.
Yeah,
with all the transportation that they do.
Well, the limos, and
private jets.
You sit there. What kills me is you, especially like at the music award shows, any of them, whether it's Grammys, American Music Awards, BET Awards, MTV Awards, or whatever. You see these clowns, these ass clowns with these hug a tree shirts on, rolling out of these Hummer limos, these long stretch limos that are idling, waiting to get up there. All this exhaust coming out of their back. Really? Oh, everybody, let's hug some trees. Oh, this exhaust. It's climate change.
It's so hot there. It's those freaking 50 limos.
Yeah, that are idling waiting to get the hell out of here until your skanky ass walks down the carpet.
Excuse me, and also being guarded by freaking SWAT. Loaded to bear, but we don't like guns either.
Yeah.
Shut up.
They're allowed to do that because they're protecting me, but nobody else can be protected.
Shut up, you bitch. All right, get off, because you're making me sick. I wish somebody punched your old ass. Although Texas doesn't condone violence, I do. I don't think we're gonna do this one right here. I don't think we're gonna do that. Okay. I want to get into the
right.
I want to get into
Let's
the.
Let's go. All right. So then, yes, because since we had little technical difficulties, we're going right into the show.
He's like Pavlov's dog. I can do. Watch this. Guess what he does when I do it? Watch this.
You shouldn't have hit gong. Stop it. Something about the gong.
I know.
I think I was like hypnotized. I was like hitting the head or something like that.
Oh, that's funny. Okay. Here we go. So we're gonna go over to Australia, mate.
Oh, I love us. Oh, you know what? Australia's on my bucket list. I don't know if I'll ever be able to go to Australia. I mean, if I'll ever make it to Australia, but Australia's on my bucket list. I heard it's beautiful. I want to go. I heard the people are wonderful down there.
I like to go myself.
Yes. Maybe when we do our tour, we can we do our Conformity Antidote tour, which will probably be right before the meteor hits the Earth in 2074.
Yeah, I was going to say that. That world tour sure as hell take a long time to get itself together.
Well, I have a feeling about the only time where you and I are going to be doing a world tour is when we when somebody carries our ashes around in a urn. Flies us around and sprinkles us all over the place.
Yeah, but that's only if they sprinkle us on a dog, because nobody else would take them.
Yeah, I know.
I want to. Never mind.
I know.
I want to get sprinkled in. I want to get my ashes sprinkled in Kate Beckinsale's underwear drawer.
I want to get my ashes spread around in Kate Beckinsale. No, on my luck, this would be it. On my luck, this is what would happen. Oh, is that some new spice? Go down that way, and I get pooped out.
No. In your luck, instead of Kate Beckinsale's underwear drawer, we're going Rosie O'Donnell's. Okay.
Woof.
So, it makes me shudder just thinking about it. Woo. Woo. So, we are now in the wonderful
G'day, mate.
country of Australia. And a water park in Australia has been called out as being sexist.
No way.
Yeah, and because what they're saying is, yes, they're saying so. Some of the lovely ladies, I guess, are wearing some of the bathing suits in this family water park that a little bit risque. And so the water park doesn't want to. Now the water park is going. Now they're talking about the bathing suits and showing your cheeks. Don't be too cheeky, mate. Right? But what they're looking. That's right. Well, it says right there. Don't be too cheeky.
I know.
But what they're saying that this is not gender specific.
So
Because I see some old dudes wearing some Speedos that's got stuff hanging out in the front and the back.
Oh.
And nobody needs to see that.
No.
At all.
And and it's not supposed to. What the bad part is, what's hanging out the back isn't what's supposed to be hanging out the back. One would expect like maybe a butt cheek here, but no, that ain't butt cheek.
Then what is it?
Carbuncles, fissures, hair. We got all kinds of nasty.
Maybe a little bit of maybe a little prairie dogging because you got to go. Anyway.
Wait a minute.
Maybe a little prairie dogging.
Can you imagine that? You have like a little. Do you have somebody's wearing something like that, and then, like the back of the bathing suit sticking out? Excuse me, sir, or ma'am. Do you have something back in your? Oh, I'm sorry. I missed going to the potty. All right.
So the Adventure World in Perth, which describes itself as a family-friendly park, released an infographic on its webbook page informing guests that revealing bikini bottoms would not be allowed. The image shows 2 appropriate swimwear options and 2 that are not appropriate.
Which we have for you right here.
Now, I don't see anything wrong with the 2 on the top, but it's family. You don't want. I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, I get it. I mean, some of the. I'll tell you what. Where this sign needs to be is not in Australia. This sign needs to be like down in Brazil.
Oh no, it doesn't.
Oh damn it!
Well, we don't have our whistle
because the Brazilians wear. Even the dudes wear the Brazilian thing where it's like it.
There's nothing like string. It is a string.
It's like straight up camel toe.
Oof.
Or cow toe. Anyway.
Cow knuckle.
So it says the G-string and high-cut swimsuit bottom variations are now banned. And so people are up in arms about it. I say, okay, look, people. I mean, I'll be honest. Okay, if I'm taking my kids around, I really don't want this right here. Let's be honest. Because it's too much out there. And let's be honest, that little string that goes in there, that's not really covering up any. That doesn't cover squat.
No. This right there? No, that
yes.
doesn't. No.
Because the next thing you know, she's going to be wearing something like that. You're going to have some weirdo, some weirdo homeless dude coming out of the parking lot sniffing all the seats that she's on.
Ooh. You can't prove anything. They didn't have a camera on. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, they did.
This is unusual, really, because Europe. When you think of Australia, and just like Europe, you're thinking like they kind of go. Them and the Europeans kind of go hand in hand about how they do things. Because in Europe, I mean, my God, Europe, they walk around half the time almost butt naked anyway, and nobody really even seems to pay them any attention. So it's kind of, I mean, I could be wrong. I know Australia's a lot more conservative than Europe, but yeah, the string, I'm all for that. Especially at a water park, it's not necessary. There's nothing you can do at a beach.
Especially
I can
with some of the velocity they're coming down some of them
Oh,
slides.
I know.
That thing will probably come right off.
Either that or like get ingrained and embedded.
Yeah, because then you'd have to say, "Oh, I got to get that out."
I got it.
That wasn't the string. That was one of my pubes. Now I'm bald down there.
Oof. But I don't. This is my thing. It's like I would say it here in the U.S. I'd say it anywhere else. It's a water park that I'm sure is private, and by that they can tell people what they can, what they should or should not wear. It's not like it's a public. It's not like it's sponsored by the government or anything like that. It's a private place. They can set the dress code, I guess.
Yep.
And if you want to see this, go to the beach. Or go to Brazil, go to Rio,
or go to the Opequan Lounge in Charlestown, West Virginia.
And then you go right next door and go to church right afterwards. Or that's the Huddle Club.
That's the Huddle Club. Not that we would know that.
I know.
However,
I don't even know if they're still around. Are they? I don't know.
But unfortunately, if you go to the Huddle Club now, you wouldn't see something like that. You probably see something a little bit more like that.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
So I think
you know what?
Now, would this be inappropriate? She's covering her cheeks.
No, where? Well, it's hard. What she got on? A curtain? What is that? A sheet? Is that a queen sheet?
Hold on. Let's look. Okay, let's see if we can compare her to one of these. Okay, so yeah, she's like this one right here, right there.
So she's good. I think I wonder if there's a weight limit coming down the water slide. She goes down the tube and gets stuck. She's like, wee, thunk. Then the owner of the water park.
Like, we can't. The slide can't handle it.
Then the owner of the water park comes back out and he's like, you know what, Mike? I think we need to do it reverse. I think we need to ban this and then allow the string and the bikini, allow the bikini and the string, because at least they can go down the water slide. You have something like this, that ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, let's get that in all its glory. That's
my gosh,
that's what I'm talking about right there. Wow,
look at that!
That's
There's so much cottage cheese back there.
All I need is some Ritz crackers.
Look,
and some apple butter.
And we know, we like
somewhere
else. Apple butter. That's
yeah,
well, never mind.
That's why I buzz myself.
Anyhow, and I'll tell you right now, and we know that there's people out there that might be watching this that kind of like something like this. So we mean no offense to you. To each his own. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
I tell you what, though.
However,
she probably would clean the hell out of that slide coming down.
And then some. Either that or dirty it up if she hadn't cleaned. Ow! Sorry, I got stuck. Ugh. Can you imagine if that just like sat down? Oh, come here. She sat down like you. That'd be like reading those stories about like those.
I can't hear the stereo.
That'd be like those stories of like people that die in like the most bizarre ways.
How did you die? I fell in a crevice. What? Like down the Grand Canyon?
Oh
no, Donna.
She wanted me to go get some. She dropped some chips down there. Try and get them. We're awful.
The hit between them thighs, it was turned back into potato paste. You didn't find no crumbs in there.
I think I found Jimmy Hoffa though too.
Okay, let's.
Yeah, we're terrible people, but still, that's my. The long and short of there. What's that? What are we going on there?
I don't know. Why is that up there so far?
Oh, we're not there yet. Ignore that.
Oh, the back.
Ignore that picture.
There we go.
There we go.
Woo!
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet. Although we've
We
been
pretty
there.
much are.
We've been there.
I know. We've been there. A long time ago. We don't do those sort of things anymore.
Some of us more recent than others.
I plead the fifth.
All right. So.
But my,
Oh, you're going. Go ahead.
No, just gonna say in closing. I don't know. Let us know what you think. Anybody out there or not? We really don't care. But I mean,
Because here's the thing: you could have. I don't have a picture of it, but they're talking about the butt, which I completely understand. But you can have like somebody that has, their butt covered up, but then they come in with one of those bikinis and
right?
and all
That they're like about to explode.
all
out.
the breastises meat
Right. They look like
is
they're about
hanging out. Do they have something against that?
Right. Oh, of course not.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I know. You know what?
If you don't have a problem with it, you need to go over to that Christian school in Wisconsin that took over the strip club.
Take over the strip club.
Just, to clean up. That leopard carpet. Just keep that right there.
Yeah. Leave that alone.
Actually, tell you what, put that in my office.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry about.
If I have to do any teacher evaluations, I want to do.
Yeah. Don't worry about carpet cleaning it. I'll take care of
Oof. Oh
it. You have some of that black light I can use?
no! Don't use that black. Use that black light. It's gonna take on a whole different pattern.
I'll tell you what. Speaking of, real quick before we move to the next story, it's like I saw something, and they did this report, and they said don't ever, no matter where you go, don't ever go into a hotel or a motel room and take a black light with you because you'll never stay in a hotel or a motel ever again, ever. Because they say there's always something. There's always, they did a test, because they were like going in there and they put the spray or whatever in there. They go to a test and I think it was like only one room that these people went into that was like perfectly clean.
That is
the
correct.
rest of them had suspects material evidence left over. So
yeah, if you want to call it that,
yes.
But yeah. So I'm just going through here, just getting because we forgot about something.
Oh yes. Before we move on,
how come it's not going into? There we go. All right. So we forgot something, just real quick. Let's go with this.
Yes, we had while the Reverend Cos is loading it, we had another passing happen earlier this week that we want to acknowledge because we've actually I have actually mimicked this guy, some of the stuff that this guy's done or whatever to an extent.
If that's what you want to call it.
I twisted them, I don't want to. I'm sure he might have had a copyright. I want to steal. I didn't want to steal the man's material. But
because that's what it is.
I know. But those of you that are our age or older may remember this guy he was real big back, especially back in the 70s and the 80s or whatever like that. Mr. Rip Taylor passed away this week at I think he was like 80-something years old. And there he is. What a lovely man. He was very flamboyant. Yes.
Love Rip Taylor.
Yes, he was funny as shit. Great comedian. Very, just seemed like a nice guy. And we always, anytime you hear me go and I say Frisco, blah blah blah. Well, he didn't do the blah blah blah. Cuz can do it better. He'd always go run around in the audience with confetti.
Yeah, see all this confetti?
Right.
That's what he's known for. He always come out with a big old bag of it.
And he'd just be walking around the audience. That's more of what Rip Taylor did.
Yeah.
I just sort of did. For some reason,
I
I did the old
blah, 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 blah.
But anyway, we want to acknowledge the passing of another.
Hopefully, Rip Taylor is throwing confetti up in heaven.
Yes. So,
which the angels are a little pissed off because they got to sweep all that crap up.
Well, they already have glitter up there.
Oh.
Well, no, that's at the.
That's in hell. You talking about Gary Glitter?
No. Well, he ain't dead yet.
Oh,
that was speaking of. It's funny you bring him up. It's like there's a big. Out of all the shit that was said, excuse my language, but out of all the shit that was said about the Joker movie, okay, one, the movie is like making money hand over fist, and from what I understand, a lot of people have seen it. They love it. And as a matter of fact, the second weekend it nailed everything at the box office again. But out of everything all the controversy about the Joker and afraid that people were going to mimic him and kill people, the biggest thing that people complained about is, I guess, the scene where he's become, he's dressed up as the Joker and he's going down the steps. And they're playing Gary Glitter's Rock and Roll Part 2 as he's dancing down the steps. And people were like appalled that they had that song in there. Because I guess they say Gary Glitter's still going to get money and royalties from it. But you know what? This is it. How? The man's in prison. He can't collect the money while he's in prison.
Maybe he goes to his estate or something. Who knows?
But anyway.
Who knows?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not going to go see it because it's just.
Whatever. I know you said it's too artsy for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's too artsy fartsy and whatever.
I want to see it, but we'll
just not
we'll
a big
see.
fan.
I don't know if I'll see it at the theater. I'll probably, unfortunately, I'll just wait for it to come out on video. HBO, something like that.
All right, here we go.
So anyway,
Rip.
good rest in peace, Rip Taylor.
Rip Taylor.
Yes, Rip Taylor. They're like
not to be confused with Rip Torn.
Yes, yeah. Well, he passed away last year.
Yes, and we didn't.
No,
care about.
Well, yeah, he's just a regular actor.
Okay.
Oh look who's that? And
this is Deacon Tex. About 5, 6, 7 years ago.
I never had that scruff. I know it ain't me. I used to have a porn stash back in the day, but I never had the whole. I never got the beard.
You know what? I think you ought to bust a beard up. I think you ought to.
No, man, I'm trying to make myself look like I'm my age. If I have a beard, I'm gonna look like I'm Father Time.
You're not doing it too
well.
well.
If I get a beard, ain't gonna be much. It's gonna be worse.
You can dye it.
I ain't worried about that. With all that hair, it'll make me look. Oh, look! Here comes the old stuffy fruit bat. What?
So what you're saying is now you look fresh and woke.
Well, no, I'm not. Let's put it this way: I'm not as stale and woke.
So you say people who have beards.
I'm still stale.
You say people have beards.
No, I don't.
That's what I heard.
No, I'm saying me. Squeeze me.
Baking powder.
I'm just saying I would, not anybody else. You look. That's
I
a
don't
good
even
look
know.
for you.
I don't even know if you would know that. Have you even kept something on long enough to even see what a beard looks like?
No, because it just starts itching me too much. It drives me back. It drives me nuts.
That's why you need beard oil.
It drives me nuts. Plus, I don't know how it would go with my locks. It'd be like,
Then you look like Bob Ross.
Oh, look, and over here we'll put a couple of happy trees.
There's no mistakes.
Yes.
Only opportunities.
Yes. Oh, Bob Ross.
See, if you get the beard oil, you don't get the itch.
I know that's what you.
And the beard dandruff.
For argument's sake, I will consider it.
Consider it.
Consider it.
No Shave November or whatever they call it. It's coming up. You can do it in November.
I don't believe in.
Yeah, I don't either. That's why we call it Conformity Antidote.
Yes, we're non-conformists.
They're like, so. Dude. So speaking of which, I think it was last year. Okay, so everybody sees my beard, right? So I had the same beard, or whatever, in last November. Some woman walks up to me and she goes, "Oh, did you grow your beard for No Shave November or whatever the hell it is?" I'm like,
"Yeah."
Do you see this? Does this look? I mean, I could grow a beard. Wait a minute, I can grow a beard pretty quickly. Does this look like a couple weeks worth of growth?
She was just. It was a conversation.
She was a dumbass.
Well, yeah. Besides that, too.
Anyway, I'm just like, that's stupid. Of course, I was nice. I said, "Oh no," I said, "I grow it year round and stuff." She's like, "Even in the summer?" I'm like, "Yes, ma'am."
Oh,
isn't it hot? I'm like, "No."
Be all sweaty up there. All them men's sweaty hairs and stuff.
But she was like, "Oh,
I think she was flirting with you."
Did you grow that for what? Well, no,
you know,
I don't think so.
This is my thing.
She was she was young, and I doubt she was hitting on the old goat. So
this is my thing. All right, yeah, okay, I sort of get it, but we should be concerned with prostate cancer and breast cancer and any kind of cancer year round. I like these people that just have to. It's like they worry about it once a year. Oh, I'm only going to do it once a year because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but the other 11 months, I ain't got to worry about it. And it's not no.
And my point is anybody not aware of breast cancer?
Exactly. And are guys not aware of prostate cancer? If you're not, well,
let me tell you
I'm
something.
sorry.
If I can tell you, because if you go to the toilet and you stand there for about 10 minutes before any pee comes out, you might want to get your shit checked.
Yes.
Go get the finger up the butt and they'll find out.
Yep. They'll play you they'll pluck you like a guitar. Now.
Oh, wrong one.
Now.
That's the hernia check. And then that's the.
Now, if you do get plucked, and it's like if it's like a electric guitar pluck or whatever, you're good. But if you get the pluck and it's like more like a bass guitar,
boom, 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 boom,
yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
They might have to take further look.
That's why I have a female doctor with very small hands.
As long as she doesn't grow out her fingernails.
Oof. She's kind of cute too.
I bet. And there's nothing more I like doing than having a very attractive nurse stick her finger up my arse.
Yeah. Because believe me, there is no sexual tension or anything going there. When she sees me bend over and looks at that, you're like, what the hell?
Well, I can't imagine because I can only imagine some of the people
especially
that come
if she sees
in there.
the old gray balls hanging out. Looks like a back end of a goat. Man. Nah. You know what? I take the compliment. I don't think mine are that big, but I appreciate it.
We don't have the balloon.
I don't have a set of bull nuts.
We don't have the balloon on there. Mine be like,
oh,
inflated. Anyhow,
yeah, because then you go for prostate. If you hear some of this, then you're good. That's nice and tight.
Woo.
Okay. Anyway,
all right. Next story. we went off the rails. I think we lost everybody.
We did. All right. So hangovers. Hangovers. When the one light goes out, they all go out. Okay, that was was it 12 Pains of Christmas, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So German courts have ruled on Monday, I think it was this last week, that hangovers are an illness. Germany, you're stupid.
Well, in Germany, they are an illness, I think.
Yeah. Now, you know what?
Actually,
the hangovers isn't the illness. It's called alcoholism.
Right.
But they say there's sickness, and on average, companies pay about $355 annually for hangovers per employee. Now, that $355 price tag might seem small, but what do you call that?
Extrapolating.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you can tell which one of us goes to college and which one of us does not. To the nearly 157 million employed U.S. workers, 75% of whom said they went to work hungover. That's more than $41 billion that companies have to pay for you freaking lush freaking hangover sons of bitches.
Not now. No.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you talking about?
Way back.
And I will say that I've probably spent my fair share. Well, now, you know what? Now, so back in the day.
Way back when?
Way back in the day. Deacon Tex and myself, we used to go to a nice place called the Old Town Tavern.
Which is still there.
It's still there in downtown Frederick. And how these rat bastards would get you.
I know.
They would turn. They had the clock, and was it every hour?
Yeah, every hour.
Every hour, the beer price would go down.
Like drop a dime. Like it keep dropping a dime.
I think it was
a quarter. Well, I think it did eventually get to a quarter. And it's like, oof.
And so, and also they also every hour they have a new. It's like a finger food or an appetizer that would be you could get it for $1. And that's how these rat bastards used to get you.
Yeah.
And they get you that cheap ass beer And then
the food.
And and they used to have these fried cheese balls. You used to get like $5.
They were scrumptious.
We get 5, so we'd have
We
all these baskets of fried cheese balls and a pitcher of beer. So anyway, my point is,
and here we are.
Those rat bastards, that's how they got you. So we would stay there until, I don't know, 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I had to get up at like 4:30 for work. So lots of times I didn't even go to bed. And it was like, but I felt that's some effects. I'm not proud of that.
No.
I did drive like that, and that's not good. But anyway, yeah. Not good. I don't do that anymore. I hardly even drink anymore. But.
Correct. Except for on the show. Just to show you all that he still got like a taste buds. Or
oh, you talking about for tasting?
Yeah, the taste.
Oh, yeah.
not your Coke or whatever. I'm talking about like the tastings.
Oh, yeah, tastings. So we've been doing tastings.
Yes.
So 46.3% of hungover workers pretend to work when they really weren't. So I guess my point would be how productive were you when you're actually working? If they can't tell when you're hungover.
I know.
So that tells me that that actually your work's pretty shitty.
Sober or drunk.
Or maybe you work better when you're drunk. Who knows? But if they can't tell, it says almost 46% of the 1,000 respondents said they went to the bathroom an excessive number of times. Oh.
That was a little. That's probably what they felt like doing it. I'm doing it.
I swear, if you get me through this, I'll never drink again.
Bow down to the porcelain god.
Another 19% said they actually have taken a nap at work to help their hangover. Well, let me tell you something.
Twice. I've done it twice.
Let me tell you something. You can go. You can go to the bathroom, go in one of the stalls. Now,
right.
if you're disciplined, let me put it this way: if you are disciplined, like those of us that have served in the military, we can sleep sitting up.
Oh yeah, I can at least sleep standing up.
That's true too. So you can just sit on the toilet, right? Just cross your hands and just drop the head.
Yep. And there you go.
And you can go to sleep.
Sleep a little bit more of it off.
Sleep a little more of it off. Just say, I gotta go to the bathroom. But I'll tell you what. I'm just saying this. I'll go back to that one point. If they say they pretend to work when they really weren't. It's like how productive were you?
I remember.
It's like damn, Tex. I tell you what, man. Today you've produced 10 times as much as you did normally. I don't know what you're doing, but it's working.
Drink up. Thanks, boss. I'm glad I could sit there.
And especially those that. Let me tell you something. And those of you that come in hungover and don't think anybody doesn't know, because let me tell you something. You sweat that shit out, and I'm gonna tell you, it reeks. And I've actually worked plenty of times with somebody that came in, tore the hell up, and woo,
But see, what's funny? What the funny part is though. Normally, you yourself don't realize it. You think everything's fine. You hop in the shower. Oh, I'll just get some soap.
Okay, most people that come in hungover probably don't take a shower.
Well, even if you did or didn't.
Okay.
You're like, all right, they can't smell me. Or the worst thing you can do is spritz on some cologne.
Oh.
Because you add alcohol to alcohol. You got alcohol coming out mixed in with the alcohol, and it kind of like broadcasts the scent. And you're like, oh, nobody can smell me. And then people are like falling out. Well, that was like back in the day when I remember being a kid and when I first started smoking. Nobody's going to know I'm smoking. Nobody, because when you don't realize, you don't smell that smell that non-smokers, that non-smokers smell. So it's like, oh my God.
Who's got an ashtray in their pocket?
I know.
Which is another bad thing, because in the military, when you smoked, and you can't throw your cigarette butts, so you field strip it, which means you flick off the tobacco, then you put the filter in your pocket. Let me tell you something. Them freaking pants smell like
it smelled like ashtray that's been sitting around for a month.
Especially you go out in the field, you're doing training. those pants aren't getting washed, and you're probably wearing them for probably about a week or so.
They stink. They stink. Yes.
P.U.
But it's funny. I remember a story about the whole hangover thing. I remember one years ago, when I worked for a bank, and we went to. I don't know if you might have went with me. We went to. It was a Super Bowl. A guy I work with had a Super Bowl party. And, of course, Super Bowl's on a Sunday. I had to go to work that Monday, and I think it was like a holiday or it was a down day or something like that. And anyway, we went in, and I was ripped. And I remember the floor, the guy on the floor was like, calls me over, and he's like, Tex, come here a minute. He's like, you really need to kind of watch. You need to sit at your desk and do some work because you reek. And it was one of those jobs I couldn't pass it off because I was making calls. Basically, I was working in the collections department, so I was making calls, and they monitored the calls, and of course they monitor how many calls you took. So it's like I couldn't just sit there with my headphone off and just kind of sleep.
Was it sales?
No, it was collections.
Oh, collections. Excuse me, sorry, you need to pay your bill. Don't call me either. Screw you too.
Well, no,
I don't need to be here.
No. That would have been better, but the problem was I was hungover, so it's just like, yeah, I'm calling. Did you send that $20 in on your account?
No, I
did
not.
All right, thanks.
Okay, that's good.
And don't quit screaming in my ear.
Bitch.
You don't have to yell, mother.
Bitch. You didn't hung up yet, sir. Oh, sorry. I was talking to my coworker.
Tex, come see me in my office. Damn it. So yeah, I couldn't.
You really are a bitch. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
Just pay your damn bill.
So yes.
Skank.
So there was like no way around it. I had to go. But yeah, that But what's funny is back when you're younger, it's like you seem like you could do that. Yeah, it sucked. But then after about an hour or two, you were like, oh man, I'm feeling pretty good.
That's why I don't get half these young kids. These young kids nowadays.
Oh, I know.
I mean, now I'll admit, nowadays.
Oh, I'm a bitch.
I'm out quick.
Oh, I'm a bitch.
But you know what? But when I was a lot of these kids' age, man, I could go all freaking night, and even into the next day,
Yep.
and still rock and roll. And just like
All I gotta say is senior week. Oof. That was like a nonstop train wreck.
That was not.
But I mean, it's like, but now you're right. Now it's like you get drunk. You even get close to being drunk at our age
week,
now.
We didn't go to senior. We didn't go to senior week. We didn't go drinking.
No, not at all.
At 18.
No, we were 21, all of us. At least that's what we told the girls on the boardwalk. Do you?
We also told them that Tex was an exchange student from England.
Yes. Do you know Billy Idol? Oh yeah, I went and saw him in concert. Oh my God! Oh my gosh, that was hilarious.
Something else.
that was hilarious.
Anyway,
trip down memory lane. But anyway, I don't know. Germany.
It's not a sickness, dude, or illness.
No.
What did they say? Sickness? What did they say?
Yeah.
Illness. Dude, it's not an illness. It's a
It's a
self-inflicted.
It's a condition.
And
if there's an illness, as Reverend Cuz and I talked earlier, if there's an illness, it would be alcoholism. That's the illness.
That's right. I don't know if you can see
Not
this
the
guy.
hangover.
This guy's got like a cheese curl in his ear.
Yeah, it looks like somebody painted on his face.
You remember a certain guy we had a
we need to move to our next story.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Oh, remember we had a certain guy at a party at my house back in the day, and they put like
move on to the next story.
And they put pepperonis on his eyeball.
Oh, that one.
What were you talking about?
Nothing at all. Nothing.
You talking about the hallway?
Uh-huh.
I was gonna bring that up.
But I know the pepperoni.
What were you talking about?
Nothing. I'm not talking about anything, because then we'll talk about it.
Well, which one? Well, at least tell me what it is, or at least hint to it, so I know what I'm talking.
No, because I'm going to say it, and it's going to be like.
No, just give me a hint.
Well, when you were talking about, what happened at a party at your house that you always give me a rash of shit for, even to this day?
Oh, in the back room?
No, down in the basement at the Halloween after the Halloween party.
Oh no, I'm not going to talk about that.
or the trip to North Carolina, where I tried to go to sleep and my toenails were painted.
Oh, I wouldn't even bring that up either.
I know, but I didn't know that.
No, you just told me.
I'm self-conscious. I know. I just told
So
the
he passed out. The girls painted his toenails. He got freaking pissed.
I was like passed out just trying to sleep.
No, dude, they painted your whole nails. You didn't even wake up.
I know I didn't.
That was passed out because that was pretty. We did drink pretty hard then.
Let's talk about the pepperoni.
And we also played. If you never played, and of course we were younger. We also played Chubby Bunny. If you never played, that's where you just stuff marshmallows in your mouth, going starting saying Chubby Bunny, and people were puking marshmallow all over, which is not good because let me tell you something. When that marshmallow gets a little bit gets soft in your mouth, and it goes wherever it goes. Hopefully, it goes in the grass or somewhere else. But if it goes anything else, man, that the sugar and stuff.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes.
It don't come off. It's hard. Anyway, so we had a party back in high school, and we had a dude that got tore the hell up, and he was walking around. He was walking around buck naked from the waist down.
Yeah, he had
I don't know what that was all about.
He had a T-shirt on, but nothing else.
Anyway, he ends up passing out on the floor. So the girls that we were hanging out with came and put pepperonis on his eyeballs. You know, kind of like coins when they're going down the river Styx.
The coins for Sharon going down for the board the boat. That was so funny. They opened a door up. They had this two. Fortunately, the shirt was pulled down far enough. It was covering up stuff, so we really get to see that. I had we both, Reverend cousin, I both had our own little stories with that party. But we didn't have pepperonis put on our face.
That was back in the day.
Yes.
That was way before I found the good Lord.
Yes, that was back.
That's when I was Satan.
That was back. Wow. It's as a matter of fact, it's so long ago. It's like I almost forget.
No, he does not.
I know.
He
I'll
remembers
never
all
forget.
the time.
I'll probably get Alzheimer's, and I'll be like the only thing I'll remember.
Yep.
What's your name again? Oh, do you remember that? Oh, I remember that party. Oh my gosh.
I'm Pepperoni Boy. Oh. Anyway, I think
he actually got psycho.
He went ape shit and went nuts.
He joined the Marines and just kind of. I think he was a little disturbed anyway, and the Marines just kind of helped him along this pathway to insanity a little bit more. Yeah. So anyway,
I think we're at time, though.
Yeah, we're about an hour. I don't think we have time to fit in our last story.
Nah, we don't.
Because we need to devote a little time to that, I think.
Yes, because that could be.
And it is a story that happened locally in our state. So yeah, I think we'll air with that first thing.
Yes,
this weekend.
Next weekend.
Yes.
So, again, I think we're out. Let me just mention real quickly. Like I said, the Martin House book coming out. Like I said, it's on Amazon. The Audible book coming out in a few months. The Martin House by Trina M. Ward. And Nothing But Darkness from Maria Ann Green is coming out hopefully this year as well. So check those out. And we'll continue. Probably not every show, but we'll continue to promote them and advertise for them. So
An update.
Like I said, yeah. So like I said, you can look it up on Amazon. Maybe check out, see what the book's like, and then wait for it to come out on Audible. That's all I got.
Right. And don't forget, next weekend.
Excuse me.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, you know what? I think something came up on that one.
A little bit of that
calzone.
Calzone.
Yeah.
That Greek calzone you got. Anyway, thank you all for joining us this weekend. Don't forget, next weekend it does appear that it's going to be Sunday at 7 because we got a huge. It's like a Super Bowl without actually being the Super Bowl. Next Sunday night, the Reverend Cousin and I will be at each other's throats because our teams, the Dallas Cowgirls, will be playing the Philadelphia Eagles next Sunday night. So So anyway,
Fly, Eagles, fly.
get him! Shoot! Stop.
Pull!
You can try. You ain't getting them. So anyway, Sunday at 7 o'clock. If anything changes, we'll let you know. But stay tuned. The Reverend Cuz will update our Twitter followers and our Facebook followers.
Yep.
And then the weekend after that will be a crazy weekend of fun Halloween show with drinks. And Evil Ed, as he will be known that day.
Yes, he will.
Will be here to join us, hopefully, if he can get the kitchen pass from his wife. Well, she should be here,
she should be here, too.
Yeah, so anyway.
She'll probably be upstairs drinking wine.
Yes.
And falling on the floor.
Falling down. So anyway, join us for both those shows. You won't, especially that one. You don't want to miss it. Join us live. We'll be doing live interactions with everybody, so it'll be something to be seen. And if you saw the show at the beach, this will not compare to it because we're not at the beach. No. So anyway, that being said, thank you for bearing with us. Difficulties again, and we will hope to see you again really, really soon next weekend. Until then, sucky, cider. Good night, everybody.
Just gonna wait how long you're gonna sit there. Oh, farted.
Ew. That's it. I'm out.
Bye.
Bye.